Hello students, welcome to yet another online video. My name is Miss Katri Iboleme. I've taken the subject agricultural science. Now with two videos, we discussed on fishery and also the importance of fish farming. So in our week three, we also discussed fish pond and we defined fish pond and discussed the different types of fish pond. Now with four videos, we discussed fishing equipment and method. Method of fishing equipment. Here we discuss different methods and also discuss the fishing equipment. We also discuss the maintenance of fishing equipment. Please don't forget to be updated. If there's any questions or any question you don't understand on any of the videos or from the lesson note, please don't forget to send me a message via WhatsApp. So now today's video we'll be discussing processing and preserving of fish. Processing and preserving of fish. Let's look at our lesson objective for today. At the end of today's class, the student should be able to define the way to discuss the method of processing and preserving fish. Two, state the uses of fish and fish products. I take that again. At the end of today's lesson, students should be able to discuss the methods of processing and preserving fish and also state the uses of fish and fish produce. Processing. Processing involves the activities that takes place at the period of catching of the fish to the final destination of harvesting the fish or to the consumer. The activity that takes place once the fish farmer has been able to catch the fish or harvests the fish is called processing. The time being that or the activities that takes place, whatever the farmer have done to the fish from the time the fish is being caught. So let us look at things look at it on our screen. Fish processing refers to the process associated with fish and fish products between the time fish are caught or harvested to prevent it from spoiling, to prevent it from decaying. There's some processes or activity that the farmer do or go into to prevent the fish from spoiling. So as soon as the fish is caught, it is processed to avoid decay, to avoid spoiling, avoid decay. So look at the one is the first thing the fisherman will do or the fish farmer will do is to removal of the scales and the fins from the gills. The first process the fisherman will do after catching the fish or after harvesting the fish is to remove the scale from the removal of the scales and fins and the gills. Removal of the scales and fins and gills. And two, the removal of the blood by cutting the head. You cut the head of the fish to remove the blood. If not, it will decay, or if not, it will spoil. And once it's spoiled, it won't taste good in during consumption. So three, removal of the content of the guts. We all do this at home. We all do it by removing the contents of the gut. And fourthly, you wash the fish with with water to prevent it from decaying. So we'll talk about again processing. Processing refers to the process associated with fish and fish products between the time the fish are being caught or harvested. What are the things we do when the fish are being caught or harvested? One, we remove the scales, we remove the fins, and we remove the gills. And two, we remove the blood by cutting the head of the fish. And three, we remove the content of the gut. Four, we also wash with the fish with clean water. So let's move ahead to preservation of fish. We discuss fish processing. That the things of the process involved removing the fins, removing the gills, removing the scales, and we also discuss the washing of the fish with water. So we want to know how to preserve our fish. We want to know how to preserve it. If we are not eating the fish at a particular time, or you don't want to take it out, what can you do to preserve it? After washing the fish, what next? Okay, are we going to if you have a very large or a quantity of fish, large quantity of fish harvested, would you just consume them immediately? No. So let us look at ways we can what preserve our what fish from what spoiling. So one, what does preservation mean? Preservation means keeping the fish after the fish has been landed in a condition fit for human for a very long time, before what consumption. Or if you're not ready to consume it now, you keep it for a very long time, after which you can what consume. But keeping this fish or preserving this fish must have its what its original what taste and must be in what in good condition. Not keeping the fish and the fish end up spoiling. Not keeping the fish and the fish end up spoiling and bringing out awful odors that can irritate what the can irritate human when tasted. So now, for you to preserve our fish or keep in a good condition, there are different methods of what preserving what fish. Let us take the definition from the screen. Preservation means keeping the fish after it has landed in a condition wholesome or fit for human what consumption for a short period of few days or for longer period of over what few months. During this period of preservation, the fish is kept fresh as what possible. Don't forget that while you are preserving your fish, you have one thing in mind to what to keep the fish as fresh as what possible. To keep the fish as fresh as what possible. So we have different methods of preserving our what fish. So let us see the first method, which is what drying or what smoking. We have the first method, which is what sun drying of the fish or what smoking the fish. This is to what to reduce the what water content by what eating the fish, eating them on what fire or exposing them to the what to the sunlight to what dry the water content from the fish. This can also preserve the fish to increase the life share of the fish for a very long time or few months or short few days, because when it's well dried it can stay for long without what spoiling or without what decaying. Example of this dry fish are the one in the market you see everywhere, where these farmers have what been processed, they process the fish and they already preserve it what through what drying. And we enjoy eating smoked fish because it tastes wonderfully good and it's sweet in taste because it has been properly what preserved. But if it's not properly preserved, once we taste the odor will be so awful or the taste we wouldn't taste good and we're not going to what buy the what fish or will have a regret of what purchasing a spoiled fish. So it has to be what properly what kept, properly what preserved. And the first method is what drying or what smoking. We have to what dry this water or remove the water content by what drying to reduce it. We dry it in a way that it what properly was dry to retain its original what taste. We have to want the word drying or what smoking. And I say this means by removing the what water through some drying or what smoking the fish to get its original what taste. We have another method which is sorting. Sorting. We all do this at home. For example, there is no light and suddenly never just take light and the fish. There's something we can do about we go into what sorting. Where we place the fish and use salt to rub all its what body. So another way of what preserving of what fish. So another way of what preserving fish. Sorting. Sorting is a simple process that stops the food from what spoiling, because water is the main culprit of what damaging or spoiling food. And this salting, once you salt the fish is going this salt will arrest the water from spoiling the fish what product. That's why we discussed the first one, which is what sun drying and what smoking. And second one is what salting. Salting of what fish arrest the water content from what spoiling, prevent the fish from what spoiling. So we move ahead, and this salting can be done every day. It can be done in our house, can be done in our homes for us to what preserve our what our fish. You can also preserve any of your fishery or any aquatic what product by what salting or what sun drying or what smoking. So we move ahead to what freezing or what refrigerating. Freezing is where you have the ice to what reduce the what temperature of the fish. Where you get ice to what reduce the what temperature of the fish, or you have a refrigerator in the house or a bill where you can put the what the fish product, make it what to make it what block will what freezing the fish, and that what to have its original what taste of the fish when being used or when being what consumed or when taken to the market, it will what consumed with what original what taste and nothing, no decay taste to be found in it. So I think that again, freezing or what refrigerating. The water inside the fish tissue or fishery product is turned into ice at low temperature, and this method increase the what share life of fish and fishing what products. Now we'll discuss the sun drying and smoking method. We also discuss the salting method. Now is what freezing or refrigerating method, where you place the fish into what ice or inside the what fridge to reduce the what the temperature of the fish or the fishery what product. So we have another one to be what canning. This is where you have cooked the fish with what with a special oil or paste, and you now package it into what a airtight container. A airtight container, we have many examples in our supermarket or anywhere around us. For example, we take the sardine. All the time the fish has been what cooked in a what a special oil or a paste, and it's been packaged in a what airtight container. But this way of preserving fish, you can take it for a very long time. If you observe, you see an expiring date on it. It's been produced 2019, and it can stay very low, can stay as long as 2022, because it's been packaged properly, because it's been placed in a what in a airtight container. So this involves cooking the fish in a special oil or paste and packaging it in a what airtight cans under strict hygiene condition. Meaning that wherever you're going to pack the fish must be what clean. Wherever you have done the cooking will be what clean. This is another way of what preserving what fish. Don't forget that we listed the first one, which is sun drying. Second one is what salting. The third one is what refrigerating and freezing, and this fourth one is what canning. Canning is what packaging fish into what airtight what container to prevent what spoilage and to prevent what decaying. And once you process it or once you get it back, it still has its what original what taste. Why do we preserve this fish product? Because we want to get the original taste. Because when taken to the market or even to the consumer, we want the consumer to enjoy the original taste of that word fish product, not the artificial taste like the spoiling taste or anything. We want the original taste. That is the reason why we preserve what our fish. And the reason why we preserve it again, because we have large quantity of fishes, and we cannot consume all of them at the same time. We need to have different ways of what preserving them, and these different ways of taking it to the world consumers. So I've discussed the salting method, the sun drying method. We also discussed the refrigerating method and the what canning what method. These are the methods of what preserving what fish and raw fish what product. We want to discuss the processes that takes place once the fish is being caught. What are the processes that takes place? We remove the gills, the scales. We also remove the blood by cutting the head. We also remove the gut inside the fishes, and we also wash the fish with clean water. From there we start preserving them. And instead of preserving them, we discuss the sun drying or smoking method. We also discuss the salting method. We also discuss the refrigerating method, and now the canning method, where you cook the fish with a special oil and package it in airtight container. So let us move ahead to uses of fish and fish products. I take that again. Uses of fish and fish products. Number one is fish as a source of food. We all consume fish every day. Every human consumes fish, and fish is being consumed by man because it's a source of protein and has a delicious taste. Because it's a source of protein and has a delicious taste, and it has this softening or this fleshing way of consuming the fish that you don't really think of it, or you don't really think of something hard or that is not well cooked. There is a source of protein, and it tastes delicious. So we have another one again, fishes and medicinal. we have also discovered that when you consume fish more, it prevents you from what diseases, also prevents you from contacting what cancer and skin or hair problem. They also fishes are what medicinal because it prevents what disease from catching what diseases, from contacting what diseases, and also from contacting what hair or skin what problems. So fishes are also source of what oil. Fish are also source of what oil, and oil derived from these fishes contains omega-3 fatty acid. The oil derived from fish contain omega-3 fatty acid, and they are very good for our body. We also use fish for what glue. We also use fish to produce what glue, and this glue, this fish glue is being made by boiling the skin, the bone, and swim bladder of the what fish for a very long time, and which we have used it to produce what glue, and everybody value the use of what glue. So it's being gotten from what fish. So we'll move ahead to, it's also a source of what animal feed. We also use fish to feed what other livestock, other animals. This is a source of what animal feed. And this fish meal is a brown powder which is made from both the whole body and bones of fish. So animals feed on what fish. Animal feeds on what fish. We also, it is called, when animal feed on fish, it's called what fish meal. And how can we produce this fish meal? It's being gotten from what the whole fish or the bone. When we sun dry them and also grind them into what powdery what form, it is, and the animal can what feed on it, and it is known as what fish meal. We have another one again as a source of what employment. It also creates employment because farmers cannot engage in the activities alone of fishing, so they employ more hands and want more helping hands to what assist them. More farmers engage in the what raising of what fishes. They feed their families and pay their workers from the money realized after selling their what fishes. So they create what also create a source of what employment. Since since they are engaging in what in a large or a commercial form of what fishery, so they would employ more hands for what to help them out, and this lead to what creation of what employment. And also fish is a source of what income. Fish as a source of what income. The money realized from fish sales to from fish sales is also what a source of what income, because some farmers go into fishing business or fish farming properly, and that is what they do for what a living, and the income generalized or realized from it is used as what their what daily what income. So we've discussed today's topic, the processes that involve in what fishing, and I've talked about it. What do we do when we get our when the fish is being caught or being harvested? We are going to what we cut the gills, the scales. We also remove the blood. We also we remove the guts inside it, and also wash the fish with what clean water. We went on what preserving what fishes, the different methods of preserving our what fish. We discussed the sun drying method. We discussed the sun drying method. We discussed the smoking. We also discussed the refrigerating method, and we've discussed the what canning method. So when trying to talk about what the uses of what fish and what fish product, which we'll talk earlier, which we discussed earlier. So we come to the end of today's class. Please don't forget to be what updated with all from our week 2 note to week 5 note with all about what fishery. Fishery we discuss particularly on what fishery what product, where we have the fish farmer. We discuss fish farming. We discuss the fish pond. We also discuss the equipment used in fishing. We also discuss now the ways and processes of what preserving of what fish. So please don't forget to be what updated. Copy your note from the school website and also do the assignment given to you. Take care of yourself and God bless you. Till we meet next week, don't forget to stay safe.